Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I was not very active on my YouTube channel, but because I was occupied in couple of things, but now this video will be very special and very helpful for all the people who want promotion in their current organization. Before we begin this video, I will start with a quick update that I got promoted and now I am SD3 in my current organization. So in this video, I will tell you exact steps you need to follow to get the promotion with the numbers as you expected and as fast as possible. Okay, so here we begin. First of all, you need to know when is your promotion cycle coming upon. In your organization, for example, it could be either in the mid-year, it could be in the year end, and you need to know exact month. This will help you to create exact steps and make a formula, and you will get everything structured. Okay, so once you know when is your promotion cycle, you now need to know at particular level how much percentage of the hike you can expect. For that, you can use different websites, for example, Blind, you can use LinkedIn, some of the different Google search would be also useful, and you will get an approximate percentage of the hike you can expect you will get. Once you know that, you have to make sure you have written somewhere and you need to discuss these numbers with your manager that this much of the percentage of the hike you are expecting. It's not guaranteed that you will get the same numbers which you have discussed, but at least you will get the nearest number. So why this is very important? Because your managers are going to discuss these numbers with the upper management and directors, and then the budget is allocated to the team. So at least you are putting some numbers in their mind, and then you can expect, okay, this much percentage of the hike you want it, and then you can get the nearest number. Okay, along with that, you also need to make sure to know the exact month when this everything is getting finalized. For example, it could be the possibility that at the year end, in the maybe in November or December, these numbers are getting locked. So I will tell you how actually this promotion works. For example, in big tech, there are multiple organizations, and in multiple organizations, there are multiple teams inside it where there are different people at the same particular positions. For example, you can consider in one team there are suppose 5 IC1s, in another team there are suppose 5 IC1s. So total there are 10 IC1s in the same organization. This is just an approximation number. So these all are your competitors. Suppose there are 20 people, and the organization decides that out of all the teams, only 3 to 4 people are getting promoted from SD1 to SD2. Similarly, in all the levels. So once you are eligible for that, then your manager need to discuss with other teams managers, and they need to discuss, okay, how you deserve the hike, you deserve the promotion. So this all the things are getting been discussed. So this is the reason why your manager tells you that they have tried their best, but this time it wasn't possible. They will try again in the next time. But you don't need to stop over there. You have to try your best and get as much as possible. Okay, so now let's discuss what is the proper structure you can plan, strategize, and actually make it practical. But before even going there, you need to decide that once you join any organization, any team, you need to decide what is your target. If you are staying in particular one organization for suppose 2 years, then you need to make sure what are you expecting in particular 1 year. So you can make the plan. Duration would be 6 months, 6 months, or maybe quarterly. You can divide it accordingly. So first quarter, you can think of that this particular month you are going to learn the whole tech and learn everything about the project. After that, in the next month, you need to implement all your learning. Now, along with this, you need to schedule one on one with your manager, suppose in every 2 weeks, every 10 days, maybe in every 15 days. You need to actually discuss what is expected at your particular position and how you can deliver best, better to even get next particular promotion cycle or maybe next year. Why this is very important? Because you are putting all the points in manager's head that at least you are trying your best, and they will guide you, okay, these are particular things where you are lagging. Now here just understand one point: working very hard, writing a code, like raising PRs as much as possible is not enough. You might think that I have worked whole night, I have given my best, I have not taken breaks. My contribution, my number of lines of the code is more than the person who got promoted. like you will get lot of things in your mind. But now let's break the thing, like how people are getting promoted, what are the exact points, which are the key factors that upper management looks into it. So for this, you can ask to your manager, is there any PDF, is there any document, article, blog where these particular points are being written, expectations and considerations for moving towards the next level. Once you get that, you can just make a loop, teams loop, or maybe a notes, or maybe you can use any of the tool which will track each time whatever conversation happened with you and with your manager. In that, you can write down that what all things has been discussed. First of all, the things which you are currently working upon. The next point would be the things you actually are need to work upon. The next thing will be like future things which you will be working on. Then what was the best part, and another thing is what was not correct, also like in which particular part you need more improvement. This all the things will help you and will point out to your manager, okay, these are the list of all the things, all the meetings that we have discussed, all the points which you have discussed, and this particular person is actually working upon the things which he was not good at. So now some of the points which actually are been considering are the first of all obviously technical knowledge. Another thing is visibility. Third thing is how much you are actually discussing or talking in the meeting. Next point would be like, are you actually meeting the deadline or not? What all the new things that you are working upon? Have you even like discussed with your other team members? Have you unblocked other team members? Are you guiding the juniors? Are you helping other people? Another point would be, are you also delivering more than it's expected from you? Also, one of the beautiful thing you can do is maintaining or writing some documents where you can just write down, okay, the installation steps which you have performed, these are some of the errors which you have solved, these are some of the new things which you have find out. You are just providing the knowledge to your team members. It is also very important, which shows that along with your work you are actually growing and learning new things. The most important thing is communicate, communicate, communicate as much as possible. So here the benefit of it is like, if you are communicating with the people, the best part about communication is not only you are going to create a bond with the other person, but actually you are learning lot of new things. Because if you are working in the silo, you are not actually learning new things. Obviously you are creating new PRs, you are working upon different features of the application, but that's not enough. Because as you move upper level, you need to decide and make the decisions on the basis of different scenarios, which will only come if you will discuss or be a participated in any of the team meetings, and you are actually like putting your thoughts out. They will correct your understanding. So that is the best part, because there your doubts are getting clear and you will get a proper understanding that okay, this is what you were thinking but it's not correct. Why? If just ask questions, don't just think that okay, what will people think if I will ask this question. But to be honest, no one really cares, no one really thinks like that. Even if they are thinking like that, it's just their point of view, it doesn't matter. Because now, okay, I will give in one scenario. Suppose there are two people and they both are at the same level. Now there's a team meeting, and there's both two person, out of which one of the person usually asks the questions. Now this another person doesn't ask the questions, but this particular person learns from the question which is asked by this particular person, okay, right? Now the difference is the communication skill is getting better of this person, and this person is just listening, which is not good. Even in some of the teams this particular person is not present, no one will actually notice. This is not how you should work. Even if you are working on some of the particular tasks, your team members should know that okay, you are delivering this particular feature, or this particular any of the bug you have resolved. But how anyone will know? Just by like looking at the PRs or number of codes, that's not enough. You need to show your visibility, you need to ask questions, because your growth matters a lot, and this will show, this is the very important part, because you are showing your knowledge, your thought process, and you are asking actual questions. Not only this, your understanding power, your thinking process will also improve. And to be honest, usually the person who is conducting the meeting will be very happy to answer your questions, because that's how that particular person will know that okay, people are actually listening to what he's saying. So this was one of the point which is very important, is to show visibility. Another beautiful thing is to learn as possible. For example, you are working in the back end, it is no harm to learn some things about the front end, and if you are a front end person, it is no harm to learn something about the back end. Now sometimes what happens, if there are some of the bugs, some issues raised, at least you are able to identify, debug the issues. You can help the people of other team, or maybe like same team but different people, that okay, I think this could be the issue, maybe you can fix it. So why this is very important, because you are not actually dependent on some other person. Even if they are away, they are not present, they are on, may suppose, a big leave, your work is not stopped. So this is also a very important point. So maybe in your free time you can use that as a part of learning, upgrading, and maybe like just reading some of the docs or your code, your repo, and just understand like how to write code and like how to write proper code. Of course there is an AI that we are using to write the code, but even for that you need to say yes for some of the things, and you need to give the prompt for it, right? So for that, at least you need the proper understanding of the whole project or feature which you are working upon. Next thing you can do is you can create a document. Maybe it could be like whatever steps you have used, whatever errors which you have solved, or maybe something very new. You can share this document via mail, you can use via SharePoint. Just make sure that whoever person is absent, they can easily grab this knowledge, and you are not the only person whom they need to solve any of the blockers. You need to solve the issues and help as much as possible, because that will show that you are always ready to help. Now very important thing which you can do is you can ask or connect with any of the seniors who got promoted from your position to the next position. You can ask them like how to get promotion. You can ask them like how they got promoted, what all the steps which they have performed. Basically it's just like asking them like about all the steps. They will actually guide you, they will tell you, and some of the people will also tell you that okay, you don't deserve promotion, but you don't have to listen this all the noise. You just need to focus and get all the knowledge as much as possible, because there are the people who are going to judge you. There are the people who don't want to be get promoted. There are the people who will just show you that okay, you don't deserve promotion, but you actually know that you have worked hard, you have worked your ass off, and you deserve promotion. Not all the seniors will find your work, your deliverables as fruitful, but you need to ignore noise as much as possible, and you need to focus on what is very important. Some of the advice would be actually directly contacting your managers, ask them what are the steps you can do it. That's a proper and best way. But this will only work, and you also need some more feedback, one more perspective. So that's why you need to contact your seniors and ask them what would be the best way. Okay, another thing which you can do is you can conduct one-on-one meeting every month, or maybe once in 2 months with your directors, upper management, if that's fine in your organization. Mostly it's fine only, it's just about networking. It's just about like what are the next steps and what are the next deliverables which you will be working upon. One most important point is, along with your technical skill, you need to improve your communication skill as much as possible, as well as your soft skill. You should seem approachable, you should seem very decent, you should seem like okay, knowledgeable person. Also, to create such an environment, if someone is stuck or if someone is like really maybe facing some problems, they should come to you, and they should not feel any kind of judgment to ask you that question. So that is the very beautiful and best thing which you can have. The most important and very crucial advice I will give you is, don't dependent on verbal promises. Anytime if a manager asks you okay, they will give you promotion in the next cycle, you just ask them to please give you in the written, or maybe you can just directly send them the mail, and then you can just say as discussed, and then you can just ask him, can you please acknowledge this particular mail. Because in corporate we actually know that we can't rely on verbal communication, everything should be on mail. Also, the important point which I discussed before was like you have to speak up in the meetings, and that doesn't mean that you should not deliver. You should deliver as well as you have to speak up the points which is in your mind, because both are very important. You can't just have one thing out of two and just ignore the another one, because that won't work. That's not even like good. So you have to keep this all the things in your mind. One of the important thing which I can tell you is always know what, why, when, and how of any of the task which you are taking upon, you are working upon, so that it will clear your mind. It will give you proper process, proper thoughts, and proper structure on which you are going to be working upon the task. So these were all the things which I have worked upon. These are all the practical implemented. You can also implement these things in your organization, and let me know in the comments, did you like this video or not, and let me know in the comments if you have any doubts. Also, you will find all the points which I have discussed in the link below in the description. You can just have a review, you can just give a thumbs up, you can just comment, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Apart from this, you can find the system design videos on my YouTube channel. Please go through them. I will definitely assure you those videos will be very helpful in your current organization, also in your next jobs, in interviews, and to even get into the next level. If you are watching till now, so I would really like if you can subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.